A tree that fell on a house while a man was in it. Hi, Lindsay.
Hey, Kim, we are on Dayton Boulevard. We wanted to give you a look at how big this tree is. You can see it actually came out of the ground, all the roots here. It's taller than I am, and I'm 5'4". So this is a huge, massive tree, and the whole length of the tree actually fell on the home. We spoke with a woman today who was inside the home when the tree came crashing down and says it's a miracle no one was hurt. Now, the former manager of the Chattanooga Billiards Club was the last person to take the stand today. He was Lane's boss at the time of this incident. The trial will start back up tomorrow at 9:15, and you can depend on us to bring you all the latest developments as soon as they happen. For now, we're live here at the Hamilton County Courts building. I'm Lindsay Jackson. Back to you. We are in the spectator area where folks are lining up to get a great look at the build as it happens moment by moment. Right now, we have folks lining up for the front row seat. How's it been so far today?
Oh, it's been great.
Kim, it sure does. There are plenty of flatbed trucks, dump trucks, even pickup trucks carrying load after load of material to the build site. And as you can imagine, getting all of that stuff here, it takes a lot of organization. Kim, Calvin, details surrounding how this accident happened haven't all been sorted out yet. Today, we tried to find out if police were investigating, something the baby's father wondered about as well.
Channel 9's Lindsay Jackson spent the day there. She joins us now live with more details. Lindsay.
Kim, Calvin, it turns out the call Peggy Sue Green-Hamby made to police last night wasn't her first. Officers had been called out to this home behind me multiple times for domestic issues between Green-Hamby and her husband, Kenneth Green. Only this time, their argument turned deadly. Calvin, detectives spent about 2 hours searching a property here at the Mountain Creek Apartments. They arrived here around 4 o'clock and left just a few moments ago. The apartment you see behind me is that of Julianne Palmgren. She is the mother of Matthew Palmgren. This morning's court appearance was just another chapter in a story that has captivated the entire city. And while family and friends tell us they're happy progress is being made, they say it doesn't make it any easier.
Lindsay Jackson has been following the story today. She's live at Bayside Baptist Church where they're hosting a truck or treat this evening. Good evening, Lindsay.
Good evening, Kim and Calvin. The church is hosting this event to be a safe place for families to come, celebrate, and trick-or-treat. The pastor of the church tells me they hope to be a light for people on what he calls a difficult and evil day. But Tammy McKenzie says whoever left eggs and a nasty note on her steps is the evil part of this holiday.
Yes, it's my favorite holiday.
But even Halloween candy can't replace the bad taste she's got in her mouth after what she found yesterday.
I found a carton of eggs, a dozen of eggs with a note on it, and to me the note was very threatening.
The note discusses religion and Christianity and says this, quote, "If you want to celebrate Satan's holiday, that's your business. The Lord give us free will. But remember, it is Satan's holiday, not yours. Fear for your children, for they do not know because of you." It's signed, "I am the Eggman." McKenzie says as a Christian and Tennessee Temple grad, she doesn't understand the religious threat. But Bayside Baptist pastor Eric Stitz shed some light on what he calls a dark night.
We admit Halloween, how it is today, and it is extremely evil. But we have chosen to meet our culture right where they are and to be the good within the difficult areas of our culture.
As far as the decorations, McKenzie doesn't see what the problem is.
I don't understand why it would bother somebody when it's not in their yard. You know, if you drive down, don't look. I mean, we only put on the lights 3 hours a night. We don't do anything to cause our neighbors any problems or anything.
In fact, McKenzie says she even checked with a few neighbors before she decorated. That's why she believes whoever the Eggman is, he's not from the neighborhood.
Lowwater is such a big road for people to come through to avoid the red light cameras that maybe somebody just drove through, and I hope that it was just a one-time occasion because it's really upset myself and my husband and my family.
And tonight, McKenzie has a message of her own, wishing the Eggman a happy Halloween. Now, McKenzie tells us they do have security cameras, but unfortunately they were not turned on Sunday when the eggs and the nasty note were left. She says yesterday they filed a police report and requested additional patrolling along their street tonight for Halloween. Here at Bayside Baptist, the trunk-or-treating is just beginning. It lasts until 8 p.m. There are a lot of folks here. They had 5,000 people last year, so they're expecting a big turnout again tonight. For now, we're live here at Bayside Baptist. I'm Lindsay Jackson for News Channel 9. Back to you. Blue lights and EMS scattered along the block.
All the kids were out here at night, everybody enjoying themselves.
And for them to come around the corner and shoot like that, they didn't have no respect or no morals for nobody, not even themselves.
Just before 10 p.m., gunshots woke up what was a quiet street.
A whole bunch of gunshots, like, it was too many on too. It sounded like some kind of parade.
About 20 of them. 20 gunshots. Yeah, but I know when I was coming to the door, they were still going. You know what I'm saying? And my mother's still over here, so that's really why I came over here.
It was every bit about 30, probably more than that. That's how fast the bullets was coming this way. And everybody started running. My sister, my mom, my cousin, my brothers, all of us was on the porch. We took off running in the house.
Tiffany McMath's son, Kamari, was the smallest victim.
They say it was basically, it got gauged, but if you look at it, my baby got a bullet print on his back.
A 17-year-old was also grazed by a bullet. 25-year-old Daniel Smiley was shot in the wrist. 19-year-old Jermichael Smith is still in critical condition from a gunshot wound to the neck. And today, friends are mourning the death of 22-year-old Vandaryl Rivers, who was shot in the head.
I've known him for 4.5 years, and for that to happen to him, he didn't bother nobody. He come to tell us he finna have a baby.
Witnesses told police they saw a black man flee the scene in a small white vehicle carrying an assault rifle. Tamisha Davenport doesn't have a clue who would want to shoot her friend, but she is sure of one thing.
It wasn't gang related at all. I know it wasn't gang related, It was just something that they just shooting. They didn't care. They were just shooting.
Mary, who friends call B, were trapped in their car yesterday afternoon. This after 23-year-old Caitlin Davis, who was driving the truck, hit them head-on Mountain Creek Road. All three were taken to the hospital where Leo died from his injuries.
Oh, no, this can't happen. It's just too bad to be true.
That's what Leon Webb thought when he found out last night.
And I have B involved in it also. And after such a great service that he had prior to the accident, it's just devastating.
Especially for someone who's known Leo for over half his lifetime. The two met when they both joined Signal Mountain Baptist in 1958.
So I've known him ever since then. That's been over 50 years ago.
And they spent those 50 years making lots of memories. Leon showed me these pictures from camping and fishing trips they took together over the years.
Yeah, gather up and we'd go in his motorhome to Panama City fishing. It was all very good, and this news is so devastating to me.
Merwin Mann was with Leo at church yesterday morning while he was honored for his service to our country. They'd been friends for years, too, and Mann lived right across the street from the hardware store that Brown used to own.
Very tragic news. One of those things you just can't really believe. It can't be. He was just here this morning and then slipped off into eternity.
But because he's gone now, the two friends will try and remember the best things about the man they loved.
Leo was the most accommodating person you'll ever meet. Friendly to everyone. I mean, he had no enemies.
He was one of the best Christian men I've ever known. Really outstanding man.